What's going on, big dog? I see you, Sporties. What's up, Strong Freak? What's going on, everybody? Man, y'all get them likes up. Hit that like button. What's going on, everybody? What's up? Oh man, everything was good today, man. I did 7 jobs, 2 basic details, and I did 5 yards. Did the 2 basic details by myself. Me and Ashton knocked out 5 after I did that. Pretty decent day. What's going on, Danny? Man, everything's good, man. Being consistent and persistent. What's going on, Clean Right? Right. Yeah, man. That search engine optimization is a very it's cool, man. Like there's so many ways to advertise, and anything that is free, you want to take advantage of it. Search engine optimization. I mean, if you can take the time to figure it out yourself, or you can just pay someone, a few dollars to get it done. But um, I've been playing around with it for a few months now. I hadn't really had time to just really sit there and go all the way with it. But I come up number you if you type in my name, I come up, I think, like number 5. I come up on the first page at least. Um, but there are other things you got to do to be number one. Um, as far as like getting reviews and you know with your other platforms such as like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that type of stuff. You got to be active on all that stuff, just like how Randy had it explained. Like he had your website in the middle, and then he had everything going around it like a solar system, and how everything always just goes back to your website. Everything goes to your website. So just little things that you can do on your own. Like if you have a Facebook page and then you do a website, make sure that your Facebook business page has your website on it. Your Instagram business page has your website on it. Everything, going back to your website is to draw traffic to your website so people can know what you're doing. Um, there are you're looking for people and people are looking for you. That's the thing. And you don't know they don't know where you at and you don't know where they're at. But everybody has a cell phone, and everybody goes to Google and they type in, they may type in lawn care Jackson, Mississippi, you know, mobile detail, mobile detail, um, I'm sorry, mobile detail, New Jersey. People are looking for things. Man, what's going on with my phone? People are looking for things and they go to Google to find it. So just to make your job a little easier. I mean, yeah, you can go door to door, mailbox to mailbox, or you can hit a parking lot with flyers, but it's just so much easier just to put all your information here and let people find you. Because trust me, it's so much easier. It's so much easier just going. It's so much easier doing it this way than to just going door to door. Because I did that. I mean, I didn't go door to door, but I went to mailbox, stopping at clinics, stopping at uh, all different office buildings, what you call it, banks, hair salons, just going all over. And it worked, but it was real slow. But I mean, if you combine all these methods of advertising, I mean, I just think it'd be great. I see you. I see you, Mike. Okay, part time. So a website was not on my mind, but now it is. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see you, Carlos. What's going on, Randy? All right, let me go ahead and get started. I'm not gonna sit on here too long tonight, but want to just pretty much just talk about, a lot of people come in this game as far as, I'm just gonna say, business in general. It don't matter what it is, but people come in this game and, you know, they may have a high skill level. They may have a very, very high skill level or a low skill level. But either way, they don't know what to charge or how to charge. They don't want to be, it's kind of like a, you put yourself in a catch-22 situation. You kind of be like, well, if I'm too high, I might run the customers off. If I'm too low, I'm cheating myself. But sometimes you're afraid to tell that customer the price that you really want to say. You might want to tell them 200. And I know a lot of us, have done this. People that's been doing it for a while, people been doing it for a while, and people who just started. And the people who've been doing it for a while now, I know you can reminisce and just think about, you want to tell somebody 200, but you might think it's too high. So you say, 175, 180 when you really want to say 200. And sometimes you start to find out that they would have paid the 200 gladly, because they give you the 185 plus a big tip. So the first thing that you want to do is when you add Ashton, can y'all close the door? But the first thing you want to ask yourself is how much you want to make. Well, actually, before you do that, because sometimes people may want to do it part time, or somebody, you may be doing it full time. Maybe you lost your job, or you got fired, or you got a record and you can't get hired. So for some people, is how much do I need to make to live, like to pay my bills and live comfortably. And then, some people is how much do I want to make? It may be a part-time thing. You may have a job. You may be retired. Your bills are taken care of. You're just doing this to supplement your income. So it may be how much you want to make. So, this is how I look at it. You know, so now you're saying how much you, okay, I got sidetracked. I'm sorry. I was looking at my phone. But sometimes it's like, for the people, it's like, how much do I want to make? Those people are actually in a good situation, because they can charge what they want to charge and not miss a beat, because this, whether they do a car, or whether they do a lawn or anything, whether they do anything or not, their bills are still going to be paid. They may be retired, or they may have a nice job, or whatever the case may be, or may have some other means of income. And then you got people like myself that this is all they have. Like, they don't have retirement. They don't have any other income coming in but this. So it's two yeah, this it's two different dynamics, and these people are thinking totally different. This person, so now the person like me, especially in the beginning when you first starting out, you're like, okay, I need to pay these bills. I got a house note, I got a car note, I got lights, gas, water, insurance, I got all this going on, cell phone bill, cable bill. So how much do I need to make? And so when you add up all your bills, and let's say your bills are $3,000 a month, or $2,000 a month, or whatever. So you're gonna say to yourself, I need to make $2,000 a month. And that's how you're gonna think. And that person thinking like that, they're gonna have this by any means necessary type mentality. That's the mentality they're gonna have. So they're gonna think totally different than the person that don't need this, you know, that don't need to, they don't need to they're gonna be looking at a person that don't, this person, he don't need to do a car. So, or do a lawn. So he's gonna come in, he's gonna name his price, and the person don't want to do it. Oh well, he's gonna move on to the next. Well, this is how I was when I first started. All I wanted to do was be able to pay the mortgage on this house. That was my main concern, is to pay the mortgage on the house. Now I am married and my wife works as well. So I was like, if I can pay the mortgage, then she can just pay the utilities and everything and we'll be fine. So my goal was to make my mortgage payment, and that was it. So I want to say within a couple of months, I was earning my mortgage payment. I was earning that. So once I started earning that and that was consistent, then it started to, then I started to raise my prices and start to be more confident in saying what I want to say. But I was still a little leery because I may barely make it my mortgage or make just a little bit over, but it wasn't, let's just say my mortgage was 500. I might have made 475, 485, or 600, somewhere around there. Just throwing numbers around. That's not how much my mortgage is, but that's the number I'm throw out there. But that's how it was. And so I was doing anything I could. I was doing anything I could. You know, I mean, if I go to somebody and I say, hey, somebody called me up and say, hey, can you give me an estimate? I go out there and give them an estimate for their lawn, and I'll say it's $50, and they'd be like, can you do it for 45, or can you do it for 40? I'm like, yeah, because I had nothing else going on. I couldn't be picky. I couldn't turn nobody down at that point. But I knew at some point, once I get these customers and once I'm being seen out here doing the work, that it will start to spread and the clientele will start to compound, you know, just like compound interest. You know, you have one and then two, and then two turns into four. Four may turn into six or eight. Eight may turn into 12 or 16, and it just starts growing and growing and growing. And I mean, that's what I did, man. I'm talking about, I had some lawns that I was doing for that should have been done for at least 50. I was doing them for 35. Cars should have been 40 or 50. I was doing them for, you know, 25, 35. This was just like basic details, like just wipe everything down, wash the vehicle, vacuum, door jams, dashboard, stuff like that. It was no paint correction, no polishing, no waxing, no shampooing, no engine, none of that. Uh, but I was doing that. But the thing is that those numbers add up pretty quickly. And, you know, you have to be careful of the advice that people give you. If that advice they give you coincides to what you got going on, and it doesn't relate to your situation. Because most of the time people give you advice based on their situation and not yours. And you got to be real careful, because ain't no way that I'm finna go out and leave this house and I know that I need to make money to pay my mortgage, and because two guys want to go down $5 or $10 of what I offered, I'm gonna be like, nah, and don't make my mortgage, when I could have did those yards and you know been able to pay my mortgage. So that's the thing. Don't let people lead you the wrong way by giving you advice, especially unwanted advice. Especially unwanted advice. If you didn't ask for it, a lot of people just see what you got going on and just be shooting out advice, and it's not going to help you. Like right now, people can probably say, "Well, A&A, right now you giving one unwanted advice. You didn't ask for it." But here's what I say to that. Well, but when you see the title and you click on it, that means you wanted it. This is the way I look at it, because if I start talking, you don't like what I'm saying, then you'll get off. That's just how I look at it. But if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. I get it. But But yeah, man. But that's how I started. I did cheap prices. You know, some of the and I knew, some of the prices they was getting over on me, but I had no choice. And just like me and Sporties, we was talking this morning, and Sporties told me, that's crazy. He was like, you know, yeah, he said, you got a mortgage, you got a family, you're not leaving the house to lose. You're not walking out there to lose. So, things like that we can understand, but a lot of people say, oh man, you charging, I remember somebody told me, man, you're charging crackhead prices and this and this and this and this and that. But if you ask that person, okay, well, show me another way. You come out here with me side by side and show me what you're talking about. How should I do it? And they won't do it. They can't do it. So what's best for you. And the numbers don't lie, man. All you gotta do is do a little math. You've been taught math. You know, you can get through life with a sixth grade education. The math that you was taught from the first to the sixth grade is enough to get you through life. All you need to know is how to multiply, divide, subtract, and add. Pretty much that's it. That's all you pretty much need. Basic arithmetic. And a lot of people, they'll tell you, "Oh, that ain't no money. This ain't no money." But they're not even. A lot of these people that'll tell you what you should charge and what you shouldn't charge, and you know they not even making half of what you're making with your so-called cheap prices. You know, but I just want to show you guys something real quick. To show you guys something real quick. Okay. It's just a little simple calculator, right? Okay, let's just say lawn care. We're just gonna say lawn care, right? All right. And how quick these numbers add up. Okay, you got 365 days in a year. All right. Now, within these 365 days, I mean, you're gonna have very hot weather, very cold weather, rainy weather, all kind of stuff going on. So you're not gonna get a full. We know you're not gonna get a full 365 days. But let's just say in the perfect world, we just gonna keep the 365 days. Okay. All right. So let's just say we're gonna stick with lawn care on this one. Okay, let's just say you're doing yards for $40. My average yards today range anywhere from 40 to $60. That's the average, but I do have some yards that are 100, 200, even more than that. But on average, my average yards are anywhere from 40 to $60. Okay, so we're just gonna go with the lower figure, 40. All right. So, so $40, right? Okay. So let's say you're just starting out and you only have, let's say you picked up 5 customers. You picked up 5 customers and you're doing them every single week. Those 5 every single week. So, you can do them all in one day, or you can do them one a day, or however you want to do it, right? So let's just say $40 times, you say you're gonna have 5 of them, right? All right. So $40 times 5, that should be what? $200. Okay, so that's $200. You're doing them every week times 4. Okay, that's $800 a month. Okay, that's not a whole lot of money, but that's when I was telling you how things start to compound. That's how it starts off. And those 5 yards are like advertising, because when you're doing those 5 yards, you got a yard on this side of town. You might got a yard 5 minutes south. Then you might got another yard 5 minutes north, 5 minutes east, 5 minutes west. Right in a little 5 mile radius. You got you got these homes, and people seeing you driving with your equipment and going from house to house, going from one job to the next. And when you're in these neighborhoods, people are passing by. They're seeing you all the time because you're doing it every week. They see you all the time. Guess what happens? Somebody goes, "Hey, how much do you charge?" And you may say something like, "Well, I got to look at your yard first." And then you go over there and you look at the yard, and you know the yard looks good. There's not a lot of obstacles in the way. It's an easy cut and everything. So now you tell her, hey, $40 or $45 or maybe even $50, whatever. But let's just say $40. Okay, so now you done picked up another yard. Then after that, you're doing her yard for a little while. Then someone calls you on the phone and say, "Hey, uh, you do one of my friends' yard. Her name is Rebecca, and Rebecca is the one that you just picked up. Maybe 2 months ago, the one that stopped you while you was working to ask you for an estimate, and she wants to give you another. She wants you to go out and give her an estimate as well. You go out there, you pick up another one. So now you don't went from 5 yards to 7 yards, and y'all see where I'm going with this. It starts to grow. Okay, so now, remember when I said that I said my mortgage was like what, 500? It's not really 500, guys, but let's just for this purposes, it's $500. But I'm making $800 a month with $300 to spare. So now I'm consistently making this $500 a month. I picked up those other two people at $40. So now I'm at what, 580, right? So now I'm making 580 a month. I'm sorry, hold on, my bad. No, my bad. 800 a month. So that's gonna go up to. So now I picked up 7 yards at. I picked up 7 yards at 40 a month. 40 a yard. Which comes out to 280 now, and that times 4, right? Okay. Now look where I'm at now. That's that a month. Now I can pay my mortgage and I got some left. So now at this point, I can start raising my prices, because if a person tell me no, it's not going to hurt me. You see where I'm going with this, guys? So hey. All right, I was looking at the comment section, y'all. But so now look where you at. You're making $1,100, and now you're making your mortgage and some. So like I said, now you can start going up in your price. So now you start charging 45, and it goes up. Okay, I remember me and at one point I told myself all I wanted to make was $100 a day. That's what I wanted to make. If I can make $100 a day, I am good. That was my very first goal, $100 a day, and it happened. It took me a season and a half to get to that. So I started in 2012. So by the middle of 2013, I was making that $100 a day. So, it's 30 something days in a month. So I was making a little over 3 grand every single month. Okay. So we'll say 3 grand, 3 grand a month times 12. The hell? Times 12, right? So that's 36,000. All right. That's a salary. That's someone's salary right there. That's someone's salary. You see? But let me tell you, it's so easy. So just imagine, okay. So you got a lot of people out here telling you what to do and what not to do and all this type of stuff, right? So let's just say you're doing a car wash for 35 bucks, right? So how many car washes do you got to do to make $100 at 35 bucks? And that answer is what, three? All right. So what, 35 times three? That's 105. Okay. 105 times 30. That's 3,100 a month times 12, man. Like I said, the numbers don't lie, man. People tell you all kind of stuff. Now look at those numbers. Okay. So now you've reached that goal and you're making a little money. So now you can buy a little, you probably got to pay your bills and stuff like that. It's still gonna be tight, but now you can buy little things to make your job easier. You probably can finance yourself a walk behind lawnmower now. Or you probably can save up enough money to buy a used one now. Now you can cut yards faster. So now, or wash cars faster, by buying, foam cannons and air guns and drill brushes and compressors and steamers, things that's going to make the job go by faster. Or you can hire people or whatever, right? So now you can start compounding this number. So just imagine, okay, that's for making just a little over $100 a day, right? That's the numbers for that. Okay. So now you're gonna say, well, man, it didn't take me no time to make $100 a day. You know what? I want to make $200 a day. Okay. So you make $200 a day times what, 30? And that should come out to what, 6 grand? 6 grand. All right, 6 grand times 12. Look how quickly that happened. Guys, I'm telling you, a lot of people are not making that number right there. That I'm talking about, a lot of people are not making that number. I got a lot of friends, they are not making that number right there. And that's only $200 a day. To some people, that's one full detail a day. Or, if you haven't gotten to that level yet, that's 4 to 5 car washes a day. And listen, now I know some guys may be a little older and probably not physically able to do it, may have health problems or whatever, not physically able to do that. But it's a lot of guys out there that you physically, and there's a lot of people that can do 5 cars in a day. The most I've ever done in a day at my group wash was 10. The most yards I did in a day was 11. I have a video showing me doing 11 yards. I did a video last year. I did 11 yards. So it's possible. So if I'm doing 11, 5 ain't nothing to me. I can start at noon and do 5 yards by 6:30. Okay. Let's say you go get some help now. You go get you one other person, and now y'all can go through yards or cars or whatever you're doing quickly because it's two of y'all. So now you say, okay, let me make 300 a day. Or you could just start charging more. You could charge more to get to that. It's so many ways that you can do it, but it's totally up to you, your skill level, you're at your demographic, because if you're in a high class demographic that has the money, like a place like New Jersey, where you have a lot of wealthy people who don't mind paying, top dollar for top notch services. But let's just say $300 a day. $300 a day times 365. That's $109,000 a year. Now I'm not saying that you can walk out here today and make this number, but if you work hard and you focus and you stay with it, that number will come before you know it. So before you want to go out here, you want to go out here and come up with your prices and know what to charge. You want to ask yourself first, what do you want to make? And what do you need to make? Some of you guys is what do you want to make? Some of you guys is what do I need to make? And you're gonna have to pay taxes on all this stuff too now. So that's a gross number. You're gonna have to pay taxes on all that and pay for your equipment and all that type of stuff too. But I'd rather make this number and have to pay taxes and equipment and have to pay my bills with all that than to make this number and be told what to do. Because when I was in the police department, when I was in the academy, I think I made, and this was 2002 when I joined and I went through the police academy. I think this how much they was paying us. Hold on. This is how much they was paying us a year. And then when you graduated the academy, the day you graduated, it went up to this. Something like that. I'm not sure. Something like that. And I was there for 10 years. Then it went up to what, 32,000? That was it. It went up to 32,000 and it stayed there. And I don't think it moves up again unless you start making rank like sergeant and even as a detective, your pay doesn't change. The only thing you get like a clothing allowance and that's it. And being told what to do and some days not wanting to go into work and you making that. I rather make I mean I rather make I'd rather make this much and be my own boss, even though it's not that much more, but and be my own boss and watch that number grow. But I'm telling you guys that the numbers don't lie. People sit up here and they'll tell you, okay, yeah, people tell you all type of stuff, man. And then, I'm listening to a lot of people say, oh, you're not charging enough, you're not charging right, you're not charging this. But I'm thinking, like, how do they know if they're not even in your demographic? If that, I mean, it, prices of things varies from state to state, city to city, demographic to demographic, and I just don't get it. Like, how somebody way across the world or way across the nation can tell somebody on the other side of the globe what they should be charging if you hadn't done your research on their demographic. But okay. Richest states. Let's see. Income. Okay. Is all right. This is according to Wikipedia right here. I don't know if I should use this. People be talking a lot of stuff about Wikipedia. Let me see if I can find another source. We might go with that one anyway. That's what the average cost of living. That's what I should. Average cost of living is what I should have typed in. Okay. Y'all check this out. Here are the median household incomes, regional price comparisons, and real salary values in each U.S. state. Okay, Alabama. The median household income is $44,000. But you know the funny thing about that? You know the funny thing about that is that a lot of people are not even making the median. A lot of people are not even making the median. Alaska, the median is 73,000. Arizona, the median is 51. Wow. I thought Arizona would be a little higher. Arkansas, 41. California, 65. Colorado, 63. Connecticut, 71. Delaware, 61. DC, 75,000. Florida, 49. Georgia, 51. Hawaii, 73. Idaho, 48. See, these numbers lets you know, because that's the median. So that means you got a lot of people below that number and a lot of people above that number. But it's a lot of people that is not making that median. Indiana, 50,000. Iowa, 54. Kansas, 53. Kentucky, 45. Louisiana, 45. You got Maine, 51. Maryland, 75. Mass, 70. Michigan is 51. Minnesota is 63. Mississippi, my state, is 40. Missouri, 50. Montana, 49. Nebraska, 54. Nevada, 52. I thought Nevada would be more. New Hampshire, 70. New Jersey, 72. New Mexico, 45. New York, 60. Now look at this. New Jersey, New York. New Jersey, median household income is more than New York, according to this. These are not my numbers. These are from, what's that, Time? I don't know if it's the Time magazine. I'm not sure. But North Carolina, 47,000. North Dakota, 60,000. Ohio. So y'all can see this. Pennsylvania 55, Rhode Island. Okay, now let's look at that Wikipedia. Go back to that Wikipedia. Okay, this is like they got a ranking. This is ranked by median income. Maryland is number 1. DC is number 2. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Maryland and DC. Oh, same thing. Okay. They number 1. Hawaii, number 2. Alaska, number 3. New Jersey is number 4. Connecticut. So look at the median income in New Jersey. So that means that more people, we can look at the in Maryland, look at the median income in Maryland. So that means that people in Maryland are probably making more than everybody else in the country. So I can charge more for detailing in Maryland than I can in Mississippi. But still, within Maryland, it depends on what area. Okay, that's 2015. I'm sorry, guys. That's 2015. Y'all see that? So that hasn't been updated, but that just give you an idea. You know what I'm saying? The numbers don't lie, man. And people can tell you whatever they want to tell you, say whatever they want to say, man. If you know how to add and you know how to subtract and you do your own research, you come up with your own prices. You said what you say, DMV? So they got them government jobs, right? Yeah, right. That's the capital, nation's capital. They got them jobs. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But a lot of people, they'll just tell you all this type of stuff, man, with nothing to back it up. But do some research on stuff like that. Start to see, because like I had to stop going to certain areas because I start to see that, okay, people didn't want to pay those prices. You know, you go, I can go somewhere like Madison, you know, and go to Annandale in Madison or Reunion, and I can go in there and I can charge probably for just a wash on a large SUV. I can probably charge $85-$90, and they'll pay it with no problem. But if I go to West Jackson and they say how much, for this SUV, they got like a Tahoe or something, I tell them $95, they're gonna look at me like I'm crazy, because the demographic is totally different and the income is very different. Even though it's within 30 miles of each other, the demographic is totally different. So there's some places. So if you want to make sure that you can put everybody in there, you can get everybody in. You can have a price, or you can have a package that you know for every type of customer that fits every type of demographic. Then go ahead. But at some point, you're gonna realize that you're starting to waste your time. Because driving way across town to wash your car for $20, after you start, now I would do it when I first started. When I first started, I would do it. But now I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't drive across town for $20. It just don't make any sense right now, because I've raised my prices. I'm in a nice area, and the people are more than willing to pay me what I ask plus a tip. So y'all just remember, these numbers are real. It don't take much. It don't take much. $100. $100 a day. It's not hard to do. I can do that with 2 yards. I can do that with two car washes. 2 to 3 car washes. I can get that $100 a day. And I'm talking about basic washes, not a detail. I mean the basic wash. $40, $30, $35, whatever it is, and you can reach that number. If you want to do, yards, $40, you do 3 yards, that's what, 120. And let's say I do 4, because like I could bang out 5 like it ain't nothing. 5. Hold on, what I just do? Look at that. 200. And I've gotten to a point where I can do, at one point I can do, like, I had enough clientele to do 10 yards a day, but a lot of them a lot of them were paying prices like this, or paying prices like this, or you know prices like this, low prices. And it was okay for a while until the clientele started to grow, and then it didn't make no sense to do yards for these numbers anymore. But you got to start somewhere. Let me read these comments. My first goal was to pay my rent. In the last 2 months, I met that goal. That's good. Okay. What's going on, Helen? I can't even get so-called friends on Facebook to even like my page. Just like it's sad and pathetic if you ask me, a man that's trying to make a living and get his business to grow. You're so right. I know, like, things is just frustrating sometimes. You go to don't worry about other people. Don't. Your goal is 250 a day, man. That's a good goal, man. Mike, that's a good goal. 250 a day, man. That's not hard to do, man. That's not hard to do, man. It's gonna take some time, and time is your friend, man. Time is your best friend, man. It's gonna compound and grow over time. It If you're making that a day, we said times 30, 7,500, man. There's a lot of people not making that number, man. 7,500 times 12 should come out to what? 80,000, 90,000? 90,000. Comes out to 90,000 exactly. I have properties and jobs coming in, making money, and I have all the equipment I possibly need. I just want to be bigger than it is. Top 5 highest income average. If you're doing 11 yards a day by yourself and they all between 40 and 60, you're doing pretty good. I've had to get some sleep. I watched the rest of the replay. All right, strong freak on my old Jackson P. You good, Anthony. Looks like something. I don't know what you're talking about, Lane Lane. Ain't nothing bothering me. Reunion is huge. And Pearl are cheap as well. I work at the post office and car wash and detail on the side. Anthony, when you left your job to become self-employed? When you left your job because did you know it was time? No, like, my job just got crazy. It was just too much going on, and I knew that I had to leave or something bad was gonna happen. Like, I left my job, then I started my business. I didn't start my business while I was at my job. But I was doing a little stuff like a little lawns here and there, but it was nothing serious. But I remember one day I made like $700, and that's when I knew that it could work. But I wasn't making enough money doing lawns to leave my job, but I had money saved up, and that's that would I was able to make that decision because I actually had money saved up. But I knew that money was going to run out because I do the numbers. I always do my numbers with everything I do. And I knew that that money would run out just paying my mortgage. It would run out. So I had to do something to make some type of income to keep myself going. That's why I was satisfied with just the mortgage because I had a nice savings sitting there. So if I could pay my mortgage, then I'm good. I'm good. Plus my wife was working, so I'm good. But that number came just like that. Like, it didn't take no time. I want to say I want to say like I said, like I started 2012. I said maybe the top half of 13, the middle of 13, I was making that consistently. Uh, well, most of my clients came from a lot of they came from everything. I got some clients that found me on Facebook. I got some clients from word of mouth, but the I want to say the majority of my clients, Lang Lang, came from the majority of my clients came from it came from people seeing me. It came from just me mowing the lawn and someone seeing me and stopping and saying, "Do you have a car?" And here's the funny thing: I live in a nice neighborhood, and everybody, when I first started, I put my flyers in my neighborhood and let everybody know that it was me. And nobody from my neighborhood called me. Nobody. Uh, but what happened was I had the magnets on my truck, and one day I was coming home. I was coming home from dropping Ashton off at school. I want to say Ashton might have been 5 or 6 at the time. So I'm dropping him off at school, and I come back. The day before, I washed my truck, and I took the signs off so I could wash my truck and hadn't put them back on yet. And one of my neighbors that lived down the street, she pulls up and she say, "Hey, are you still doing yards?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Can you give me an estimate?" And I went down there and gave her an estimate, and she was the first person in my neighborhood, and I think she was like maybe my second or third customer ever. And this is year one. And I went down there and I gave her an estimate. I did a yard, and she said she wanted her yard done every 2 weeks. I'm like, cool. But so I went, so I went over there and I did a yard, and she was like, she was like, she was like, you know what? I'm gonna need it done every week because it's growing fast. She called me like maybe I had just cut it. And so she called me. I'm thinking something is wrong. And she was like, no, I need you to come back. So I started doing her yard every week. Then uh, the house directly across from her, the lady saw me doing her yard, came over and asked me, can I give her an estimate? So most of mine come from being seen. That's why I'm real big on being seen. But this is what you guys got to understand too. Being seen on Facebook, being seen on Instagram, it's the same thing. Being seen on Google, it's the same thing. Being seen, it's just a different way of being seen. Instead of they physically see you, they seeing you on the internet. And that's the future, man. Everybody is on these things. That's what you see all day. You go sit in the waiting room or you go sit at the doctor's office, and that's everybody's doing this, scrolling, just doing this or going left or whatever it is. Everybody's doing that. So you want to be on here, man. It's going to help, man. Uh, don't make advertising so difficult. Yeah, don't make this thing. It's not difficult at all. It's just you gotta be patient. Time is your friend. Yeah. So like it's not, just because someone says get on Google or do SEO and you do it, it's not gonna work that second. You gotta give it time. Every Like I said, you gotta give it time. Just like Just like I was showing you guys the numbers, you know, it may take you a whole year just to make $100 a day. It may take 6 months. Who knows? But you got to put the work in and be patient and have faith that it's going to work. You know, because if you're not patient and you're trying to rush through everything and you're getting upset and you're getting mad and you want everything to take off like that, well, you this ain't the game for you. And I don't know anything that just happens like that. What's going on, Vision Service Care? I don't know anything. I don't care what it is that you do. It doesn't happen overnight. And if it happens overnight, you're gonna have to work like hell to keep it up. If it just comes out of nowhere and everything just starts, you're gonna have to work your butt off just to keep it up. So yeah, you guys, it's all about being patient, man. And time is your friend. Time is your friend, man. It's just like the stock market. You invest in stocks, you buy a share today, it's not gonna make you rich today. It's not gonna make you a lot of money the day you buy it. The thing is to buy it and let it make money for you over time. You know, and another thing, residual income, that's what keeps me going. Yeah, I mean, I try not to turn anything down if the price is right. Like if the price is right, I try not to turn anything down. I schedule it. You got to be very creative with your schedule. See, what I do now is what I've done is that all the yards that I had, all those $30 yards and $35 yards, I got rid of them. You know, slowly but surely. Some of them moved. Some of them ended up getting somebody else to do their yard for whatever reason. Maybe they got a cheaper price. I was like, wow, they got a cheaper price, cheaper than 30. Like, wow. But uh, but I let a lot of them go. And what that did was it freed up me time to go for higher paying customers and clients. So uh, I do both services. I do the lawn care and the car wash. And so what it did was it opened up more time. It opened up more time for me to make more money. That's what it did. So what I do is I'm very, very creative with my schedule. I'm very creative. So what I do is I have two large yards that I do, and both of them pay over $100 every time I cut them. One of them I cut every week. One of them I cut every 2 weeks. Sometimes I get up on a Sunday morning because I got them scheduled to cut on a Monday. I cut one of them on a Monday and one of them on a Tuesday. And so I try not to ever cut them on the same day. If I cut both of them on the same day, that's probably all I'm going to do that day. And sometimes it's not, but I try not to do them both on the same day because I don't want to wear myself out. So what I do is let's say one of them is one of them is out in Annandale. So I go out there like this past Sunday. I went out there and I did that yard this Sunday and knocked it out. So I didn't have to do it Monday. So like I said, I always if I see a time where I can knock something out, I go ahead and do it. I don't wait. I don't waste time. I don't wait around. Uh, so I may put on my schedule 4 yards. So what I do is I'll do 4 yards a day, right? So if somebody called me and say, "Hey, one of my customers or clients call me and like, when do you have available to do my car?" I'll be like, "Okay, I can do you Monday at 7 o'clock, and they'd be like, "Cool." So Monday I have a detail or wash at 7 a.m., and then I have 4 yards after that. Or I have 4 yards and then I have a detail after that, or a car wash after that. And since I've been doing it that way, I've been making way more money because my prices are up now. And my name is out there. People see my work. You know, today I went up to Jackson and did 2 cars today. And as Sporties, I actually got a lady to give me a review. And like you said, man, it's hard getting people to do a review, man, when they gotta jump through hoops to type that stuff out. But it's just like when someone says, "Hey, after this thing, you want to take a survey," and you usually push no. So I guess I'm getting paid back now. Only if I have nothing to do. If I don't have anything to do, or it just is, I have a real lax day, I'll do it. But sometimes I don't even deal with them, because sometimes when you deal with like a one time cut, the yard would be crazy. And even if you charge them right, sometimes I feel like I wasted my time, because most of those, like I said, most of those people who want to do a one time cut, their yard is crazy. It's crazy, and they don't care. Some most people like that, they don't care. Now, if it's a yard that has been well kept, and the guy's like, I was sick, I couldn't get to it. Can you get it for me? Then I'll do it. But sometimes those one time cuts, those one time people like that, they ought to be crazy. Those people who drive around on Saturdays looking for a lawn care guy. Can you come cut my yard? And you go over there and look at it, and it looks crazy. But usually, this is what I do to not deal with people like that. When they come up to me, I say, "Look, I'm booked today." Even if I'm not booked, I'll say, unless I can see their yard right there. But if they tell me, "Can you drive around here?" And when I say, "Well, is it high?" They say something like, "Well, it's not that high." When the last time it's been cut? It's been a month since we cut it. I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, "Look, let me give you my card, and call me and we'll schedule something." That's what I do, because I got more than enough work. I don't like, I don't think I'll be taking on any new yards anytime soon. I'm just gonna roll with the ones that I got, and I'll just sit there and wait for people to call to schedule. Saying, car wash and detail appointments. Thanks for the tip about not having way too many beers. Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, don't if you going out there to work, man, don't drink them beers, man, because they dehydrate you fast. Oh, okay. What's the name of your business, Lang Lang? What's going on, Tolies? What's up, man? It's been a month, you said. What? What you talking about? You said, I don't know what you're talking about. Not much, man. Are you talking to me, Mike, when I'm gonna do more driveways? Hell, when I get them, whenever I get them, man. But see, like that's why I started. You know the the lawn care, the lawn care, and like my group washes. Like what I learned about this about this game, especially for me, what works good for me is the residual income, which is the jobs that you're gonna do every week or every other week or every 10 days or once a month or whatever. Those jobs you're gonna do all the time. That keeps money. That just keeps money flowing, money flowing, money flowing. So if I can get 4 or 5 dollars a day, I'm good. And then I just sit back and wait for someone to call me for, hey, can you come trim my bushes, or and then I have clients. I have clients, and you want clients. I wish all my customers were clients. And the difference between the two is that a client is just like a lawyer. It's just like a lawyer with his client. The client pays his lawyer to give him advice. So you're going to pay a person to tell you what to do. That's what lawyers get paid for. They get paid, you pay them to tell you what to do. So it's the same thing in lawn care or detailing or whatever the case may be. You may have a person that, you may have a client that you just go to, that you can just say, hey, yeah, last time I was washing your car, I noticed that there's some swirls or it need, well, I'm not gonna even say swirls because that might mean you put them there. So we ain't gonna say swirls. We'll say it may need, it's time for a full detail. Like you've been washing it, you know, now it's time to add some more wax, or it's time to clay it, or it's time to do this. And they'll say, okay, they trust your decision, they trust your word, and they say, okay. And that's a client. I have a few of those that I can pull up and I can see, okay, it's time for the bushes to be trimmed. It's time for new pine straw. It's time to clean out these flower beds. Let's get it. And all they say, okay, let's get it done. Or I can go to one of my clients' houses and say, it's time to pressure wash your driveway. And they'll be like, okay, let's get it, let's do it. And they'll pay whatever I say. Okay, now customers are a little different. You can have loyal customers, and all that means is that they're not going to go to nobody else. They're going to go to you. And some people mistake loyal customer for clients, but they're not clients. If a customer tells you what they want, and they like, a customer can come in and say, hey, I need you to trim that tree for me, that tree, and can you cut the yard, and can you cut it a little lower than last time? And then you just say, okay, cool. And that's your customer. But the thing about it is they're not going to go to anybody else. They're going to only deal with you. I love those. I love loyal customers too. But you want to get you a few clients because you can actually charge them pretty much what you want, and they're going to pay because they trust your word. Oh, totally. You didn't miss anything major. You're just talking about, the numbers don't lie. Just basically, just doing putting some numbers out there about, you know, if you do if you do three basic washes for $35, comes out to 105. And if you're doing that every day, that 105 will come out to be like maybe what, 3,100. And then over a span of a year, you can make $36,000. If you double that, you can make 60. If you double it again, you can make 90 to $100,000. Just showing people that it's just basic arithmetic. If you just do the numbers, don't worry about what people say what you're charging. Because some people say you're not charging enough, but over time the money, over time it grows and it compounds, and it's a slow process. I basically started off talking about some people come into this business and they may have a job, or they may be retired and receiving a retirement check or whatever. Yeah, yeah, reality stuff. And they may receive a check and their bills are paid. So they can come into this and say, okay, I'm gonna charge $50 for a basic wash, or I'm gonna charge $60 for a basic wash. That's a sedan. And I'm not polishing nothing. I'm not waxing nothing. I'm not shampooing nothing. I'm just wiping it down, wiping the interior down, vacuuming, washing, tire shine, sending you on your way. I'm going to charge $60. That's what I want. Well, he can do that because his bills are paid. But somebody like me who don't have an income coming in, that my job is going to be everything, my prices are in the beginning may be negotiable, or 9 times out of 10 be negotiable, because I got to make something. And I always say to myself, no money, some money is better than no money. Because you think I'm going to turn down $100 because I'm trying to go get $200, and that $200 ain't guaranteed, but this $100 is guaranteed. I think I'm gonna take my chances and make this $100. Maybe I can make it again. I may have to work twice as hard, and that's just the thing. It don't bother me, man. I'm built for it, man. My you know what I'm saying. My lineage. I can't even speak. My lineage is West African. Like, I'm built for this. I'm built. I'm built to where I can work all day. Now, do I have to at this point? No, I don't have to work all day, but I love working all day because I know, look at the money I can bring in. If my goal was 250 a day and I made 500, that means I got 200. Yeah, slow dough is better than no dough. Exactly. If my goal is 250 a day and I made 500, that means I got 250 I can put away. I got 250 I can invest. I got 250 that I can do, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It don't bother me working sun up to sundown. It don't bother me. Just think about it. Just think about it. If all you was doing was was cutting grass all day. Me and Ashton, we did 5 yards. We did 5 yards, and all Ashton did was operate that X mark, that Metro walk behind. And all he did was mow. He mowed all day. And we was going through them yards just like this. So just imagine if we'd have started at 6:45 in the morning, and all we did was stop to drink water and stop to eat. And my son, he be out there getting it. He be out there. If y'all check out my Instagram, man. I showed some of the work that I did today. That residual income, exactly. I mean, me and Ashton. Ashton's been with me on 8 yard days. And he's a kid, so sometimes he gets bored, and he just bought him a new flat screen TV. So he wanted to go home and play his video game. So after when we got on our 4th yard, when we was done with our 4th yard, like, he was ready to go home. But I made him go do one more. He was mad, but he did it. But I'm looking at him, and it's funny how DNA is, like, he's built for it. Like, it's just amazing, man. He get out there and he can go in just like I can. I feel you. I'm Aztec Mexican American. I feel I feel you, man. This joker said I'm Aztec Mexican American, man. I feel you, man. But yeah, man. But like, now some days I don't want to work all day, and this the beauty of it, man. This the beauty of owning your own business, being self-employed, whatever you want to call it, is if you want to just have a laid back day. Like Monday, me and Ashton had a laid back day. We woke up, we went out, we did a bush trimming job. We did a bush trimming job. We went to one location and we cleaned up some debris. What did we do after that? What did we do after that? And then we cut 2 yards. We cut 2 yards. And that was like a $300 day. and that was Monday. We would have had to do. It would have been a $400 day if I would have done the yard, that big yard that I did Sunday. But after I did that, I just didn't want to do no more that day. I didn't feel like doing anything else. So we went home. We went home, took showers, we got something to eat, and we hung out. And that's that. I love it, man. That's the beauty in it. If I don't want to do anything, I don't have to. And if I want to go hard, I will. But the majority of the time, I'm going hard. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna put that work in, and I'm gonna come back with that money. And it's not gonna last forever. I already know it's not gonna last forever, man. And I'm not saying that the clientele won't last. I'm just saying it's only gonna be for so long that I'm gonna be physically able to go in like this. So I'm taking advantage of it when I can, and taking the money and invest it wisely to where I can invest this money into something, the stock market or investment properties, where I'll receive income from that without even having to work. And that's one of my. Oh man, what's going on, Southern Style Lawn Care? I see you, Southern Style. Man, we need to link up, man. You out in Clinton, right? We gotta link up or something, do a video or something together, man. I watch your channel too, but yeah, man. But yeah, just like my unexpected accident. You don't have no boss. No, I don't. I don't have no boss, man, and I don't. I don't have anybody. That's I love it. You don't have anybody standing over you. You know, somebody may tell you how they want something done. Like, can you Clinton, Madison, and Canton? Okay, okay. Yeah, we gotta do something, man. I've been watching your videos for a while, man. Okay, for sure, man. Let me leave you my email, man. Just send me your number. And that's my email, Southern Style, man. Just leave me your number, man. I'll get with you, man. Do something. How many where do you work out of in Madison? What neighborhoods you be in out here? All right, I see you. I got you. I got you, Southern Style. Man, all over. I gave all my Madison stuff away last year and just started a small route there the other week mainly. Yeah, man, it's so much easier to stay close to home, man. That's what I've started to realize. Because when I first started Southern Style, man, I would go anywhere because I was just chasing the money. My prices was negotiable at the time, but once I built a a strong customer base, I raised my price and I try to stay close because like it's like you get more done. Like if I live in the Madison area, so I have yards. I have a lot of yards in my neighborhood, the neighborhood across the street, a few in Madison, a few in Ridgeland, and I'm able to knock them all out quickly. You know, uh, the a couple of what was that last year? I did 11 in one day by myself, and they were all close. They were all close. I had some on the same street. I had like I think 3 or 4 on the same street. At 2 different neighborhoods and stuff like that. So it really plays a big role how far they're apart. How far they're apart and how far they're from your home. Man, I don't know. What's going on, Miss G Works? What's up? It's so much money. Yeah, I only do half a day there and the rest they cut up. I try not to leave here. We cut about 15 a day, 4 days with 2 people out. This is key. Yeah, right. Oh, you're a 2 man crew, 15 a day with a 2 man crew. Woo! It's possible. Oh, it's very possible. 15 a day with 2 people. 15 every day, 4 days. 15 a day, 4 days. Okay, I see. Blood chasing up money. I see you. I see you, Christy. They are all close. Took me many years to get that route density, though. What's going on, KG Clipper? Say any more than 15 and you're gonna pass out. Yo, yeah. But man, in this business man, your goal is to touch cash every day. That's your goal. To touch cash every day. You got some people. I knew a guy. It was a couple years back. I was cutting out in Madison. The guy was cutting the yard next door to me, and we got to talking about lawnmowers. And he asked me what I was. He mainly did work out in I think Brandon, the Pearl area, and he was asking me how much do I charge, and I guess to see if our prices were the same. And our prices was basically, around the same. And he told me, well, if I'm not making $200, I'm not leaving the house. And I was just like, I just let him say what he was going to say. I didn't comment, but I'll leave the house for $100. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave the house for $100. If I ain't got nothing going on, and I'm not now. Don't get me wrong. If I got a better job somewhere else, of course I'm gonna take the better job. But if I have absolutely nothing going on, and I need some money, I'm gonna leave the house for less than $200. I mean, like Sporty says, slow dough is better than no dough. Some money is better than no money every day. I don't care what you say. So that's my goal, to touch cash every day, whether it be from the AdSense revenue from YouTube, cutting yard, detailing, my stocks, whatever. I'm trying to earn something. It's I don't care if it's $5. If I was scheduled to make $0 and I made $5, that's a good day for me. Appreciate it, OVO Josh. I'll see you, big dog. Yeah, man. You gotta touch this cash, man. It's like I don't, I would see people, I'll be at the gas station. The guy tell me, he's not. All he want to do is a full detail. He don't want to do no washes. He turning washes down. This was a couple years back. He was like, "Man, I ain't doing no washes. I turn them down." I'm like, "So what you got scheduled for today?" "Oh, nothing." And I'm like, "So you're not gonna go make $60? You're not gonna make a quick $60 on this little car wash and come back home? You just gonna turn that down?" I'm like, oh, "Okay, shit. I guess he making too much money that he can turn that money down. I guess." All right, Lang Lang, I see you. Appreciate you, Mike. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I just think I think it's just people make excuses not to work. But yeah, I'm literally. I had a guy sit there and tell me, like, that guy told me that he's not leaving the house unless it's $200. Like, if he's not having a $200 day, he's not gonna leave the house. So, so I'm looking at him like, "Oh, say, but what if it's $150 day? You won't leave the house for that?" I said, "Man, I'll leave the house because I've worked, but that same person will go work a $10 an hour job and work for 12 hours, only make $120 and hate the job, but a show up on time." And if I can get to it, throw it to, exactly. If you can't get to it, throw it to a friend. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I've taken jobs that didn't really pay anything just to give it. I give it to my son. Like, I had a job. This lady wanted me to pick up like a lot of limbs. You know, she wanted me to pick up a lot of limbs, and I didn't really want to do it, and I didn't charge her much for it. But I just got my son with me. We did the job. I gave all the money to him. I gave all the money to him, man. You work from 7 to 6 today. Damn, that's 12 hours. 11 hours. Actually, yeah. Man, I do. I have a lot of days like that where I go in. Sometimes I got days when I start at 7, don't come home till 9. I know you had those days. I see a lot of people out there finishing up at night, blowing off the driveway. It's pitch black dark outside. Sun up to sun down. No, you can't get it all, man. It's too many houses out here, man. You can't do it all. That's why lawn care is such a profitable business down south, man, especially here in Mississippi, because man, there's so many houses, man, and you can't cut them all. Okay. Okay, it makes sense now, Southern style. Makes sense. It makes sense. But see, what I started doing is just spreading out a little bit of work through 7 days. I work a little bit Monday, a little bit, a little bit every day, and I get everything done. I do it in seven. I'll work on weekends. I do cars and everything, man. I used to then work on weekends. I would do Monday through Friday, but that's the beauty of it, man. You can do what you want to do. If you want 4 days on and 3 days off, and switch it up to whatever you want, man. That's the beauty of just working for yourself. One thing about this thing, man. I wish when you're on Google Hangouts, you can actually see the chat, man. You can't. Gotta have two devices to actually see the chat. It's nice to have see exactly, exactly. Yeah, word of mouth is the best, and the reason being that word of mouth is the best is because it's usually somebody vouching for you. It's usually somebody vouching for you. So, but that the word of mouth, it to me is slow. You know, it's slow because the only time someone the only time someone would recommend you is if someone asks. It's not like people just going around just saying, "Oh yeah, go out, try, go let A&A do your yard," just out of the blue. The thing about Google is that if someone is looking for lawn care and they type in lawn care Jackson, Mississippi, or lawn care Clinton, Mississippi, your name will pop up. You know, and I remember how I used to advertise in the beginning. I would walk mailbox to mailbox. I would go to parking lots, put my flyers on cars, and I'm talking about it'd take me forever to pass out all those flyers. But you want to take advantage of every type form of advertising that you can, whether it's word of mouth, whether it's handing out cards, postcards, uh, cold approach, just walking up to people, whatever. But it's so much easier just to use the internet because all the eyes are there anyway. It's so much easier. You're number one. You're number one on Google and Clinton. That definitely helps. Right. Yeah, but I think like I said earlier, my me, it was a combination. I got most of my business from because I just got on Google this year, but uh most of my business came from word of mouth and being seen. I see you, AMT Detail, and I see you. Appreciate you. I think it's more profitable to just have to. I see you, OVO Josh. I think it's more profitable to for me to have multiple services because like I always have work. I always have work by having multiple services. Because I can do leaf removal, gutter cleaning, uh, small tree trimming, flower bed cleanups, pine straw, mulch, uh, car wash, mobile detail, pressure washing. It's just so much you can do it, and people need those services year round, and it doesn't get. Uh, we don't have very like crazy cold days, so you can pretty much go year round. But I think it's more profitable for me having the multiple services. I just got to better equip myself to handle. when you get to, we need to get you a zero turn, yeah. But I've been all right without one because I only have uh that $2 million property that I put on there. I don't even do that one anymore. But I don't even do that one no more. And my I mean, the two biggest yards that I have, I can still use my Metro, and the other yards are just little small residential yards. They're probably what 0.5, 0.4 acres. So I've been getting by without one. And some of the yards that I have, a zero turn won't even fit in some of those gates. So, all right, Miss G Works. Standard, oh yeah. Yeah, I ain't got a chance to demo one. Yeah, I demoed one with Trey. He told me he was trying to get in contact with you. This was last year though. He said that you was busy though. He said you were supposed to do a demo as well. Did you catch that video that demo I did with Trey? Yeah, he said he tried to call you. I think that's what he told me. He tried to call me, but yeah, Trey was Skag. Yeah, but I actually demoed some for him and we made a video. I don't know if you saw it. I see you, Randy. All right, man. Yeah, I saw. I didn't have time for it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, oh, God, I'm getting tired myself. But man, I get with you guys later, man. I'll try to keep doing these lives. Don't hold me to it. I do it when I can. But I'll catch you guys later, man. You guys follow me on my other platforms, Instagram. I'm posting stuff here and there. I don't post every day. I try to though. Uh, so Instagram is going to be AA Professional Services. Snapchat is AA Professional. Facebook is A and A Professional Services on Facebook. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do so now. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Lets you know when I'll be dropping new videos. Catch you guys in the future. Peace.